Hello, today I'm here in this rather beautiful mountainous alpine area to talk with you about the Trecena of Tz'ikin. So the Trecena of Tz'ikin representing the bird, we could also see it was representing new vision. You know, I've been thinking about it and about the way that we've gone through the Trecenas of Achmach and then the Trecena of Toch and the Trecena of Ik. It's kind of like there's a lot of feeling of clearing up in those kind of Trecenas, right? Because it's kind of like, first of all, with Achmach, we're getting the forgiveness, and then with Toch, we're kind of making the payment to make sure that everything's done. And then with Ik, it's kind of like blowing it all away. Right, swept it all away. Now it's time for something else to come in. Now it's time for the new vision to come in. And I have kind of like maybe an interesting announcement for some people coming up very, very soon. Something we're trying to launch on the day one Tz'ikin. And well, maybe I'll just leave that as something intriguing to ask me about later. So, the new vision. What's the new vision about? Well, what's your new vision? After all of this sort of like cleansing that's been going on in the recent past, what new vision might you be bringing in? What might you be focusing on? What you might be soaring through the sky to bring into your life, your world? Now, with Tz'ikin, one of the things that I often like to talk about is the way that it brings prosperity, and that's not just prosperity with regards to kind of like figures on a bank balance or anything like that. It's about something very, very new coming in. It's about something flying into your perspective. See how I did that? I knew that they were going to be coming in soon. There we go. The vision from on high. Okay, so we're going to begin the Trecena on the day one Tz'ikin, bringing in that new vision, bringing in something new to focus on, a new perspective perhaps, a new beginning. Look for something new to bring in, okay? And, for me, Tz'ikin is very much, as I said, it's about focusing on thriving into the future. It's not just for the now, it's not just for the next year or so. There's something really going forwards much further than that. So this is the way that it not only prospers but thrives. It brings things in that are going to be good, not just for itself, but for its family, for its children, for its grandchildren. It's looking to the long-term future, a new vision for the long-term future. How can you develop that for the good of your family, for the good of your community, for the good of all? So one Tz'ikin might be a great day to either seek that new vision or begin to bring that new vision into being. From one Tz'ikin, we then move to two Achmach. Achmach, again, Nawal of forgiveness. Achmach, the Nawal of pardon, the Nawal of redemption. And here, again, two Achmach, the number 2 representing relationships. So, maybe if there was something that needed repairing in your relationship, then 2 Achmach is a good day to be working on it. We could also see 2 Achmach as like the 2 representing self-sacrifice. And that self-sacrifice might be a bit of, kind of like sometimes we have to make the first move. Sometimes it might even be that, kind of like, let's say, we might think that it wasn't us that was in the wrong. We might think that we deserve an apology from somebody else or something along that line. But maybe it's not forthcoming right now. Maybe we can't resolve a situation because things are not moving on, and maybe we have to make that first move. Maybe we have to eat some humble pie, as it were, in order to catalyse that situation, to bring that forgiveness into place. So, 2 Achmach is a great day to be doing that, to make that first move, to hold our hands up and say, look, I know that I'm not perfect, or whatever the case may be, in order to open up that line of conversation, in order to open up that understanding where we can accept ourselves and the other as human. because this is it, kind of like the two representing duality and polarity. How much duality and polarity is going on right now? It's kind of like one of the biggest issues, I think, in our world is the kind of the dehumanizing of the other. And it's kind of like when we can't accept what people are saying, and often there's some very good reasons why we can understand that might kind of like trigger people to that extent. But it's also causing a big rift in humanity, and so maybe there's a time when we have to be able to kind of like open up that initiative to try to bring healing through forgiveness, through pardon. Okay, so tu achmach might be very much kind of like seeing the other side in order to bring forgiveness. From tu achmach, we then move into 3 noach. So noach representing the mind, the brain, the thought, the solution. And here the number 3 representing the inner world, things coming from within. And so 3 noch is a time to look within yourself to find the solutions. So what is it? It's a time of new vision. It's finding a way to thrive in the future. And when we see it here with this 3 noch, it's like, right, okay, what have you got? What information are you carrying within yourself that can help to take your new vision forwards? Okay, so 3 noch might be a great day to go contemplate, to go meditate on what you're holding within you in order to bring that new vision in. From 3 noch, we then move into 4 tihash. And again, this tihash could be seen very much as a surgery day, because we have tihash representing the obsidian blade, representing cutting away, purifying, making things better, making things beautiful, bringing out the best of things, healing. And here we see it with the number 4, representing the physical plane of existence, representing things which are very, very down to earth. It's kind of like getting it right in the physical. Okay, so this might be looking at kind of like in this Trecena of the new vision, might be very much looking at kind of like, what do you need to prune out of your world? What do you need to cut away? What surgery do you need to make to clean up, to heal, in order to bring that new vision into being? Because 40 hash would be a great day to be working on that. 40 hash would be a great day to make that happen. It certainly would be a great day for some kind of physical surgery. I know it's probably a bit late now to schedule the surgery in like 3 or 4 days' time, but if you do need something, if you got it scheduled for 40 hash, then kind of like this is really getting into the fine detail of the physical healing. Okay, it should be a good day for that kind of physical surgery. From 40 hash comes 5 kawok. Kawok again, kind of like this is the aftercare. Yes, it can be the storm. Yes, it can be the rain. Yes, we've got those parts of it involved in there. But it's also about bringing the new into the world. And we see it here with the number 5, suggesting we have to put a bit of effort into it. We have to put some work into it. Our new vision is not going to come into life. It's not going to come into our world without us kind of like giving it a little bit of assistance, giving it that kind of like putting that energy into that final push to bring it out into the world. And so 5 Kawok gives us exactly that. It gives us a day of putting our energy into what we want to birth into the world. So when we put our energy in, of course, that can also mean that it doesn't happen, just kind of like that. It's not quite that easy. We have to, kind of, like I say, focus our energy in order to do that. But I also see, like, the Kawok can be very much about sort of like washing away obstacles to bring in the new. And as a consequence with the 5, this is kind of like, okay, where do you need to put your work? What effort do you need to put in to wash away the obstacles that stand between you and your new vision? Because 5 Kawok could be a great day to both identify and put your energy into that. Okay? So, from 5 Kawok, we then go into 6 Achpu. So Achpu, the Nawal of the sun. Achpu, the Nawal of the holy, the Nawal of the sacred path, the Nawal which is going to take us forwards on our life, on finding the highest aspect that we can in life. And so here we see it combined with the number 6. Now the number 6, one of the things that I kind of see as beautiful within this is the connection with family. It's about finding your spiritual path through your family. That's one way that we could look at it. Another way that we could look at it could be to say that this is about bringing stability to our spiritual path. Because if Arpu is encouraging us to find the hero within ourselves, and the 6 is saying, right, okay, we got the 4, the down-to-earth part, but then we've also got the connection to the heart of the sky and the heart of the earth. This is almost like the divine realms coming in to stabilize our spiritual path. And I think that this is a wonderful thing to be kind of like working on, a wonderful thing to be looking at on the day 6 Arpu. It's like, how are we going to stabilize our spiritual path? How are we going to use it to help to bring the blessings to our family, These are things that we could be looking at. And I think there's also kind of like calling on the upper and kind of like the earthly realm and the heavenly realm in order to understand how we can ground our spiritual path, how we can make it work in the physical realm. From 6 Arpu, we then move to 7 Imosh. Imosh representing the Nawal of the ocean, Imosh representing the connected consciousness, the field that brings us all together. Imosh we can see as like our feeling of what's going on around us in society, our feeling of what's going on around us with the other humans, how we fit into it, where we fit into it, how we feel it. All of this comes from Imosh. This is like our empathy. And here we see it with the number 7. The number 7 representing finality and endings, but also about choices. And this I find very interesting because it's kind of like when we've got the number 7, we're standing on top of the mountain looking out at our possibilities around us, right? And Imosh shows us all possibilities. It shows us how to connect with each other, how to connect with the collective consciousness. And the 7 is asking us to make a choice about what kind of consciousness we connect with. Now, it may seem like there are many options out there, there's many things available to us, but really what do you want to connect with? If we're talking about the way that your new vision is going, what you want to foresee bringing into this world, then 7 Imosh is a great day to make your choices about what kind of consciousness you want to connect with and how that works into your new vision that you want to bring into the world. Okay, so from 7 Imosh we then move into 8 Ik. Ik, the Nawal of the wind, Ik, the Nawal of communication, Ik, the Nawal of the breath once more. And here, combined with the number 8, the number which represents wholeness, the number on which often ceremonies are made. And when we look at it from that point of view, we can certainly see this is a great day for communication. This is a great day to bring something in on the wind. This is a great day to have that ceremony, to give thanks for every breath we take. When you're doing that, consciously breathing, making each breath ceremonial, making each breath conscious, this is a way to bring in our new vision. It's also a day to give thanks for every breath. It's a day to round out our communication as well. Maybe it's a day to communicate that new vision into the world with the wholeness of the world, with the wholeness of the word rather. Okay, so kind of like when we've got our new vision, maybe we want to keep it to ourselves for a little while, but when the 8 comes around, this is a great day to actually kind of like get it out there and communicate. From 8 we then move into 9 Aqbal. So Aqbal, the new concept, the new conception, the conception of the day, the twilight coming in to bring the new day into existence, combined with the number 9 representing life itself. So this is the conception of life. This is about bringing new life into the world. We're seeing this on, kind of like within this Tz'ikin Trecena, within this new vision. This is kind of like, I often see Akbal as like the revealing, because it's kind of like bringing the new light to the world, bringing what has been hidden in darkness to light. And here we're seeing it with the number 9, the number which represents life. So when we see these two things together, we're really thinking about bringing our new concept to life. Once again, as that new vision comes in, as we are given the new vision from the bird, from the eagle. So, from 9 Aqbal, we're then moving into 10 Cat. So, this is the day to get it all together. This is the day to bring the community together. Cat representing bundling, representing working out what you want to carry with you, what you don't want to carry with you. And here, combined with the number 10, representing community, representing society. I mean, this could be so good day. What was cut on 40 ash was washed away on 5K. What was decided on 7 Imosh, now it's a time to release from being bound by those parts of society or community on the day 10 Cat. Okay? It's also a day to say, right, okay, well, what do I want to bring in from community? What do I want to hold on to? Because I don't want to chuck it all away. There's some bits that we need as well. And so it's working out which bits of society you want to stay in contact with, which bits of your community we need to work together, and which bits we can let go of. From 10 Cat, we're then moving into 11 Can. Can, the Nawal of power and wisdom. Can, the Nawal of teaching. The wisdom that comes from looking in many different directions, because with the 11 we're going all over the place. It's not just one place that we're looking, and it's not necessarily a logical progression that we're looking into. There's something which follows its own path, might be a bit random in its way, as it were, and that's a fantastic thing to be looking for, things which lay off the beaten track. And here with what are we looking for that's off the beaten track? We're looking for the wisdom that doesn't necessarily present itself in a logical way. We're looking for it coming in from different directions. And so, from the 11 Can, it's like trust your senses. We talk about the Can energy. I mean, it represents the energy. It represents the energetic pathways of the body and that kind of thing. The lightning in the blood. And so it's like trust the lightning in your blood to guide your path, to take you to places where you might not expect to find the wisdom that you need in order to bring that new vision into the world. From that 11 Can, we then move into 12 Kamei. So Kamei, facing our fears. Kamei, connecting with our ancestors. And, we can also see kind of like that facing of our fears. How are we going to face them? Well, sometimes we need to use the understanding of the experience that we've gained throughout our life. That's where the 12 comes in. Let's talk about our life experience. So we're using our life experience to help us to overcome our fears. What fears? Well, when we're moving into a new vision, when we're moving into a new understanding, a new way of seeing the world, a new vision for the future. Of course there's going to be some fears. If there weren't, then it probably wouldn't be very much of an interesting vision. It's got to kind of like, let's say, push us a little bit. Bring a few things up. So the day 12 Kamei may be a day when, you know, we might have to face some fears. And it's saying, how do we face them? We face them by looking at our previous experience, understanding how to bring our previous experience together in order to overcome our fears. Okay? It may well also be kind of like looking at the experience of our ancestors to help us to overcome our fears. And then finally, from 12 Kamei, we are going into 13 Kech. Now this is a really, really powerful day because we have Kech, which is an extremely powerful Nawal, combined with the number 13, which is an extremely high number. And so what we see when we connect those together is a very, very powerful day to be in the wilderness, to be out in a wilderness place, to be out in the mountain place, in the tree place, connecting with that energy in order perhaps to give us some more inspiration or direction or understanding about how to take our new vision forwards. Okay? And so, for sure, 13 Kech is a day to get out into nature. For sure, it's a great day to connect with the ancestors and the ancestral strength which is out there in the wilderness. Helps us to understand how to bring things in. Brings us, Kech can bring us determination. It can bring us strength and understanding. And here it's kind of like suggesting to go out into the wilderness in order to connect with the strength of the ancestors, the strength of spirit, in order to help to bring our vision into being. So, I hope that you've enjoyed this somewhat more, well, perhaps exciting video. I don't think I've ever had paragliders come in. Don't worry, it wasn't actually that close. But I think I'll let them get on with it now. So, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you in 13 days' time for the Trecena of Anil. Thank you.